A few days ago, I posted an in-shower shot of like half of the products that I use normally. And I put a poll up of how many people would be interested in knowing what I like to use on my face. I'm not an estheticianist and don't take great care of my skin, but I have noticed a little bit of improvement through using these products. And almost all of you said yes, so that's what this is. Jessy rambling about random skincare. So to start it off, I follow Dr. Dre, Drey, and I will try to link it below, at least type her name in below, and her YouTube channel address. I follow her on YouTube, and most of these suggestions came from her last year and through her videos, and I've just used them. And as some of you have said, like, your kids are starting to go through puberty and all kinds of stuff, I've recommended these. So I'm making this to kind of as a reference point for those of you of what worked for my skin. A little bit about my skin. I do have a little bit of makeup on today. I'm shooting photos later and just had a spare minute, so this is what I'm doing with it. I have rosacea really bad right here. Like when there's no makeup on, I am really red right here and really oily from here in the T-zone and my chin area. So I have to do two different things, but the majority of my skincare is for oily, acne-prone skin. Right now, this area is really bad. I think it's because of mask. Although, quick tip, make sure that you are using a new mask at least each day. I actually change out my mask. Like if I'm wearing one at work and I'm working more than 6 hours, I will actually wear two masks just because breathing in constantly, you're just breathing out bacteria and it's sitting on that cloth and that cloth is sitting on your face. And that's what's going on down here. Do not wear a mask more than once a day because it is just bacteria city. Just look at it as all your germs are sitting on your face. I'm also slightly OCD, more than slightly. If you know me, you know. But that's another subject. Just change your mask, wear a clean mask. That's the first problem. And also, I have polycystic, so most of my acne now sits right here because this is the hormone side of it all. So driving in, Dr. Dre on YouTube, again, is where the majority of this information came from. She recommends in the morning, if you have aging skin, to just rinse with cool water. I've never been able to do that, although this is my morning, usually my morning cleanser. This is the Neutrogena Ultra Gentle Daily Cleanser, and it's the foaming formula. There's two different formulas of this, and one she recommends over the other because she likes like the least amount of chemicals and stuff, but this is what works for me. And generally, I will just use this in the morning on my T-zone because this area doesn't need it. And then down here, just that's how I feel clean. I always have to have this. And I actually have one by the sink in the bathroom and one in the shower. And it's just dermatologist developed for sensitive skin and rinses clean without over drying. And it does what it says it's going to do. My other favorite wash is the tried and true. This is actually the Walmart version of the Neutrogena. You all know it. It all brings back high school, middle school memories. The oil-free acne wash. And this has salicylic acid, I believe. I don't want to say wrong, 2%. I was going to say 3%, so I'm glad I looked. 2% salicylic acid. So what Dr. Dre recommends for this is to use it 2 to 3 times a week. And especially during my breakouts, I use this. And I've never thought about doing this because I used to use a spot treatment on the certain infected areas. My dog is snoring, so if you can hear him, he's just a little old man. Charlie, jeez. But I lost my train of thought. I used to use a spot treatment and it would be really irritating to my skin. It was like the Neutrogena acne spot treatment or the Walmart version of it. But this, she says to let it sit on your skin like when you're in the shower. So again, I avoid putting anything harsh on my rosacea prone skin more than once a week. So lately, at least twice a week, I let the wash sit on my bottom chin area and in my T-zone 5 minutes, like while I'm doing other things. You just got to watch it because you don't want it to get in your eyes. So yes, use this instead of the spot treatments, and it's not going to be over drying to your skin. But if you do it more often, you will notice that your skin's a little bit drier. So then you just know to back off. Again, I'm not a dermatologist. This is just what works for me. Another one of how I remove makeup, because this isn't a makeup remover. And if I try to use this to remove makeup, it's not going to do the job. And this is too harsh. So, and you don't want either. This is okay. Every once in a while, I'll remove like excess makeup from my eyes with this, but not this. I don't want salicylic acid near my eyes. This is the most sensitive skin. So you can use micellar water. I like this brand because it has the least amount of chemicals in it, and it's also what Dr. Dre has done a video on in the past. But my favorite, and I'm going to regret telling so many of you this, is the micellar facial gel wash, because I like to wash more than once, and this is amazing. But I almost wonder if it's discontinued because I've only been able to find it randomly at Walgreens, and I've actually ordered it from Walmart.com before. But you use this, rub it in, wash face, and then follow up with whatever night your cleanser, A or B. And then I'm lazy, so I don't like having the step to do before the shower. But when I'm trying to save this on low makeup days, I will take a cotton wipe, soak it. I usually go through 3, do my face with one, do my eyes with another, and then get all the others with the last one. Like clean everywhere with the last one. But these are really good at removing makeup, and then always wash your face after you remove your makeup. My next products that I really like is, I'm a mask girl. You should, in my belief, you should be using at least one mask a week. I try to do it 2 times a week, and my favorite for a few years has been the Pierre F Probiotic Skincare. This is almost out. I have some more ordered. I get this through my beauty supplier. And so if you're a client of mine and you want to try some of these, I think they are around like $22 to $24 for this huge, almost 6-ounce container. And this lasts months and months, if not a year. It's got a 2-year expiration on it. So, and this has been over a year, and I still have plenty more weeks of mask in this. But this is an activated charcoal, and it helps to eliminate the oils. Any kind of clay mask like this, in my opinion, is good. This is my favorite. Charcoal mask are my favorite. I have some. My stepdad every year gets us some Origins mask, and I really like their charcoal mask too. But this is the most, it does a really good job. It doesn't over dry, and it's kind of cheap. It's the cheapest. You get more bang for your buck. So I always have this, and then they have a green one that I actually use on you at the salon after I wax your eyebrows to close down your pores. So the PRF are really good, and you can get them online through their website. You just have to Google PRF. I'll try to link it. Or if you're a client of mine, I can get it for you. So my next line of routine is exfoliation. You should never use St. Ives apricot scrub on your face, ever. Like, that stuff needs to be banned. You shouldn't even use it on your legs to exfoliate before shaving. That stuff is doing nothing but tearing your skin. The only mechanical exfoliation that you need to do is with like a silicone scrubby, which I'm new to this. I haven't had this but a couple weeks. And before I had a silicone scrubby, I was actually using baby washcloths. And the reason why you don't want scrubs is, I Googled it, so let me be as Google proficient. They are terrible for the skin as they can cause micro tears in the skin and lead to damage by weakening the skin's barrier. So as you're using those scrubs, you are actually tearing away at the top layer of your skin, and that is allowing more damage to happen over time. And it's really not good. And ever since, like, even the like clean and clear micro scrubbies, I know they feel good, like when you're scrubbing everything away, get rid of them. Number one, the micro scrubbies, like the little plastic beads, they're just killing our ecosystem, but let's not even deal with that right now. They're really bad for your skin. And I missed that. I missed that little scrubby feeling because I use this or the baby washcloth. I use this with all of my cleaners. So you can get that exfoliation feel every day and not be killing your skin. Baby washcloth or silicone scrubby. And I have like 3 of these, and I'll use them and then I'll put them in a thing and clean them real good. But that's that. Another exfoliation is called chemical exfoliation. So right now, and I'm very new to this, I'm just dipping my toe in it for you guys. I love the brand The Ordinary. It was introduced to me about 2 years ago through a client. And I actually have another client who is an estheticianist who said, yeah, that's a good starting brand, a jumping off point for you to kind of look into, but be careful because some of their stuff is a little harsher than others. And I've played around with their lactic acid, which is also an exfoliator, and stuff of that nature. And I just find that with the salicylic acid, there's so many rules I get overwhelmed. But something that helps me not get overwhelmed is I use their AHA and BHA mask. I've done a YouTube video just on this mask before, and golly, that's probably like 2 years old at this point. This is a very thick mask. This is probably the amount that I use when I do this mask, and I probably only do this once or twice a month. And it is when I am feeling clogged up. I haven't been drinking the water that I need to be drinking, and you're extra oily and you feel clogged on your skin. And I put it everywhere. I do try to avoid this area, although I have found every once in a while it does help that area kind of appear a little bit brighter and more even. So it does need exfoliation. It's got a time limit on it. You are not supposed to leave it on more than 8 minutes no matter your skin type. As soon as I get it on, I tell my phone, I voice command it as I'm rinsing it off my hands, hey, set a timer for 5 minutes. And then I soak a baby washcloth in warm water and get it off of my skin and follow with like a very deep moisturizing cream. And I don't even have a cream over here because I don't use it very often. But that is my ultimate favorite. A little bit about AHAs and BHAs. AHAs exfoliate the skin surface that help brighten and smooth. So that I explained that already. And then the BHAs, they help exfoliate, but they also help to clear out pores. So like my nose has humongous pores in it, and it used to be like I would have blackheads and little zits pop up all over the place. And ever since I started this routine, I've started this routine really hot and heavy about 1.5 years ago, and have seen a huge improvement in my skin. Granted, this past year has not been a huge makeup year, so everyone's pores are a little bit clearer, but I have seen a huge dramatic improvement. So now moving on, every night, no matter what skincare you're doing, if you're just washing it with your basic wash or you're following with a mask, and I consider this to be a mask. So on nights that I do use like a heavier like this type of mask, I do not do salicylic acid. I try to avoid doing salicylic acid at least a day before doing this. So I will just wash with the Neutrogena Gentle for the morning and the night, even the day before I use this type of mask. But my moisturizers that I use, I have 3 that I use every day. And I have a lot of skincare. These are just my favorites. Both of these were recommended by Dr. Dre specifically. Like, I was on YouTube watching her video in Walmart trying to find these items. The reason why she likes it and why I like it is it has SPF of 30, and I never used SPF before because any type of SPF on my face breaks me out and I have allergic reaction. I do not have that with this, and it doesn't really flare up my rosacea. Everything stays pretty matte finished. I mean, you can tell there's moisturizer on your face. So in the mornings, I wash, I let my skin dry, I put this on, and then I let this soak in my skin for at least 5 minutes, if not longer, before I move on with my routine. This is said to be not only oil-free, but oil-absorbing, and I'm just an extra oily person, and I don't know if it does really do absorb oil. Like, maybe if I just wore this during the day, I would notice a difference, but usually I will pair this with another moisturizer. And I'll show you that moisturizer here in a minute because it's actually a BB cream. So I can't attest to that, but this doesn't mess up anything underneath. I'm just always oily. So if you're extra oily or not, I think this is a good fit for everyone. And it's not that expensive. I think it's like $13. So, and it lasted me almost like 9 months. Another one that I use every day is the CeraVe PM Facial Moisturizing Lotion. It's lightweight. I don't feel sticky or anything in the mornings. It says it moisturizes throughout the night and helps restore the protective skin barrier. It says on its website that it has ceramides, hyaluronic acid, and niacinamide. I'm probably mutilating that word, but there it is. So basically, the ceramides are going to help prevent the moisture loss throughout your skin and help repair the visible damage. And the hyaluronic acid is going to help with fine lines and wrinkles. And the niacinamide helps rebuild keratin loss in the skin. And it also helps in the healing. I've used this. This is almost up, and it's on my rebuy list. So that means that I really like it because I have so many different ones that just sit and die in my bathroom drawer. And here's my list for niacinamides. I am pronouncing that word wrong. It helps rebuild keratin in the skin, helps keep it healthy, helps retain moisture, reduces inflammation, helps with acne and eczema and other skin issues that's associated with inflammation. So that's probably another reason why I'm noticing an improvement in my rosacea, because it's not as swollen in the mornings when I wake up, and I can tell when I miss it because the next morning I am a little bit drier and my skin isn't as bright as it normally is. So my go-to favorite that I just repurchased has been the Clinique ID Dramatically Different BB Cream. This is like a magic tint, if you will. I got it right before COVID happened last year, and it's just been my saving grace. 9 times out of 10, this is the only thing I'm wearing. I'll put this on in the morning, let that sit in, and then I'll put this on. This is the reason why I think that maybe this may not be oil absorbing, and I can't give it like a true, this is what's going on, because this has been said to kind of cause some slick on the skin. But Clinique ID has 4 different bases, which this is the base. So mine is tinted, and they say to match your skin. If it matches either one of these like blobs, then it's going to work with your skin. If I don't rub it in enough, I've been out before and my face will be like a little bit like, not orange, but it is not matching my neck. So make sure you rub it in, rub it down your neck, and don't use a lot of product. Like, most times that I have an issue is when I pumped too much in my hands. 2 pumps is enough to do my whole face. I go around my ears and down my neck just in case it doesn't blend. And I even put this on under makeup. So like, I have a little bit of makeup on today, and even have like a lightweight foundation, and this is on underneath it. So I get mine from Ulta. You can check their website, but there's 4 different ones of the bases. There's only one that like blends in with your skin. The others are like different moisturizers, like their regular moisturizers, their gel moisturizers and stuff like that. And then there's different cartridges. I wrote down the different cartridges. I use the Pore Uneven Texture cartridge. So what you do is when you buy this from the store, you can see it comes out gray. There's a lid on this. And this is like $25, and then this is $25. So you pick out what skin condition you want it to pair with, and that's what you do. That's how you use it. That's going to drive me crazy, my OCD. So give me 1 second, because that does not look like it's going to be fun to clean later. Thank goodness for baby washcloths. So then when you get it, you put your cartridge in, and your cartridge mixes with whatever's in this to give you your foundation IQ thing, whatever. So I have the Pore and Uneven Texture one because I wanted to fix around my nose and my cheeks. The other ones are Imperfections, Irritation, Fatigue, Lines and Wrinkles, and Uneven Skin Tone. I've debated getting one for uneven skin tone just because I do have a lot of the red. But I really like how everything has gone in and shrunk my pores. So I credit everything that I'm using with that. So another thing that's not really skincare related that I've been doing for about a year is the Ollie brand Bedtime Beauty vitamins. And they have very little melatonin. Like I end up taking this and one of my son's melatonin gummies to help me go to sleep. But they have ceramides in them, and I just like them. I feel like I get a better sleep with this versus just the melatonin. And I feel like my skin's a little bit brighter. Again, it's more than likely the ceramides. And just it's probably overpriced, and y'all are probably going to come after me for this, but I like it. And it's about $13 for 40 gummies, and I take 1 gummy a day versus 2 because I'm pairing it with a melatonin already. So it may or may not do anything. I didn't have them for like 2 months, and I felt like my skin looked not as good. So I got them again. Another thing that is on the TikTok trend, I'm 33 years old and I'm trying to act like I'm 15, but what are these called? The hydrocolloid bandages. I got it right. I've actually used the little patches, and I couldn't find my patches anywhere. I have no clue where they are. That's how long ago I've used them, because they're great if you have one bad spot, but I usually have a cluster of little tiny ones that hurt. And so my husband hunted these down at Walgreens. I'm told you can't find these anywhere right now, but just give it time. And I love these things. I will sleep in them. They work best. Their website said, sorry, there's like people walking around the neighborhood. But these work really good at absorbing excess fluids like pus and oil from around the pimple. They're not marketed that way. These are marketed as for like when you get a blister or a burn, and they work. I had 3 really bad ones right here. If nothing else, they keep you from picking at them. So I had 3 bad ones, and I put one on about 5 p.m. one night and took it off at 7 a.m. the next morning, and it had drawn out the inside of the pimple. Like it looked like almost like the pore strips are supposed to work. Do not use pore strips, by the way. Use the exfoliator, use the salicylic acid. Do not use pore strips. They're terrible and they're damaging your skin. ADD. Anyways, I like these, and I haven't seen a dermatologist say not to use them. I've had one on TikTok say, yeah, like they could work. So I went out the next day and happened to walk upon some of them, and I've used them ever since, especially around my chin. The little spots when I had them worked really good because I'm a picker, and it kept me from picking them. So like, especially under my mask, I would put it on and you wouldn't be able to see it because my mask is covering it. I do think that you'd be able to see it. Like, I think they market them as put it on and then put makeup on over it. I think you're still going to be able to tell, but by all means, give it a try. That's just, I like them, and it helps me. All this just helps me. So if it helps you, that's great. If not, I'm sorry. Let me know what works. I'm not a skincare expert. I would love to have gone to esthetician school and learn all about it. That I just don't have time right now. But this is, sorry, there is a little kid running around my front yard, and I'm just trying to figure out what's going on out there. I have ADD so bad. But I hope you enjoyed learning about this. If you have any questions about anything that I mentioned, I will try my hardest to answer them. Everything that I have, I mean, other than the gel, the micellar facial gel, everything that I have can be gotten at Target, and between Target and Ulta. If you live in my area and I'm your stylist, go to Hendersonville, hit up Target, and hit up Ulta. But other than that, I will see you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I didn't ramble too much. Have a good day. Bye.